Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all staying safe and well, and welcome back, or welcome to the Citizen channel, depending if you've been here before. But anyway, welcome to the Citizen channel, episode 3 of the One City Show. 31st of January 2021, so we try and put these out every 4 or 5 days. Transfer deadline day. I don't think City will be doing too much, will they? I'm not going to do a big thing on that. I think Pep's already hinted that we're not after a striker, are we? So hey, there you go. So anyway, let's get to the channel. Let's get to the information. We look at the media. What's going on with City and the media, both social media and the old-fashioned newspapers, etc., etc. So please join me as we have a look at that on the One City Show. Please, if you're new to the channel, push that subscribe button. I'm just gone over 650 subscribers now. I was aiming for 700 by the end of February. That looks very doable. And I'm going to be very bold and go for the magic 1,000 by the end of the football season. Please help me out if you've not done so. Tell your City supporting friends about the channel and all these different things I do on it. It'd be fantastic if you can help me out in that way. And please, if you're not subscribed, push that subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. Check all the playlists on City history, City present, lots of City stuff, quizzes, you name it. It's on there for you to watch and enjoy. And even if you don't like one of my things, you might like something else. I do little program things. I mean, there's lots of different things, so I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy on there. And you will notice some film and TV stuff as well, if that's of any interest. If it's not, don't worry, there's enough football stuff. But if you're interested in films and TV, I do reviews on dramas and movies. Quizzes on there and various bits and bobs, information vlogs on what's out to buy and what's on at the cinema. Well, not recently, but we do that when there is a cinema to actually go to. So yeah, please check that out. Or if you know someone who might be interested in it, please get them to have a look, and hopefully they can enjoy and subscribe as well. And there's a couple of links for Facebook and Twitter on there as well, so I post loads of stuff on there and repost stuff. So if you follow or friend me on there, I do check every couple of days. I will follow and friend back. Right, let's get on with the One City Show, shall we? Yeah, we always start with a few images, don't we? Some of these you may have seen before. Some have sort of reappeared or appeared for the first time over the last few days on social media. We'll start with Daz MCFC White, who posted a great image. I mean, there you go. What a fantastic image. The coach of the century. Yeah, I mean, obviously, well, it's a century so far, obviously. I mean, I'd like to be here at the end of the century to see if he still maintains that award, but I doubt it very much. I don't think I'm going to live to 140, no matter how much I'd like to. As long as I was fit, of course. Yeah, the Globe Soccer Award for Pep Guardiola. Let's face it, if all else fails, it could make a bloody good doorstop, wouldn't it, that? So that's fantastic. Anyway, thanks for Daz MCFC White for posting that. Carl at Richie Rich 1971. Yeah, that's a nice image. Obviously, we had a little bit of snow. I think we got some more snow to come as I'm recording to this, but a nice picture of the Etihad there in the snow. So well, it's the only view we get of the Etihad nowadays, isn't it? We don't get to see much inside, but my thanks to Carl there for that one. Blue Morg 83 at Blue Morg 83 has a new image of the Colin Bell stand. Yeah, I've never noticed that before with the red zone. That's a great image, isn't it? Obviously, very poignant this week. Obviously, we'll get onto that in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I've never noticed the red zone. I mean, why do we have a red zone? Why don't we have a red and black zone? Perhaps. I mean, I'm a bit confused as to that. I don't like it, to be honest with you. I've never noticed it before. I've been to the Etihad since it opened. I've never noticed that before. Is it new? I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm not happy with that. I don't mind the red and black zone. But I'm sorry, the red zone, sorry, that's a no-no. I might get on to City and have a word about that. Or anyone listening to this, Kevin Cummins, if you're listening, or anyone else, Kevin Parker, he features today. Please, if you're listening, get onto City, get them to get rid of that red zone and make it a red and black zone, please. Thanks for Blue Morg 83 for that one. Callat Foden _ gave us his first ever edit attempt, he said. Yeah, that's not bad, mate. I mean, Mr. Walker, he wasn't perhaps on fire, you know, the other day against Sheffield United, or yesterday as I watched the Sheffield United game. But yeah, and perhaps the fire was coming out of another orifice. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it was not bad, mate. You keep it up. That's not bad first edit attempt anyway, Carl. So all well and good. And Man City match shirts at Mark MMMAC, a well-known guy. He pops up on vlogs and videos everywhere, doesn't he, this young man, at Mark MMMAC. Yeah, a great flashback that. I love that image, actually. I've probably seen the image before, but obviously it was the 12th of April 1997. Obviously he posted that when we played West Brom a few days ago. And I was never quite sure about our kit, you know, that kit that we've got there. It's okay, but I was never quite convinced. But I think the West Brom one, I think is absolutely superb. I'd even buy that now. I think that's a fantastic, you know me and my history. I think that's a wonderful kit. I mean, I sort of forgot that at the time. 1997 wasn't a great year for me. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I had a few personal problems, so I probably missed that in time. Obviously, because these kits only last for a year anyway, don't they? But that's a fantastic West Brom kit. I'd love to see City to do a sort of retro thing like that as well. That'd be fantastic. Right, that's all the images for now. There's some obviously bits and pieces. What the papers and media say, anything that's not, you know, that we don't know about, anything a bit quirky that we might have missed along the line. I mean, obviously we always have a bit of fun with the Liverpool Echo, don't we? They're always full of absolute garbage, aren't they? But there you go. They support their own team. Well, they support Liverpool. I'm not too sure. I've heard a lot of criticism from Everton fans in the same way we criticise our Manchester Evening News about City's coverage compared to United's. But yeah, it's just an interesting headline. Yeah, Premier League. This was after the West Brom game, of course. Premier League confirmed rule change. Fair enough, nothing wrong with that. After in speech marks, nonsense. Man City goal extended the lead over Liverpool. There you go. Straight to the point, Liverpool. Well, Liverpool Echo, well done, guys. But the nonsense Manchester City goal, it was this nonsense Manchester City goal that was perfectly correct and in the law of the game, so in the rules, so. You know, but that sort of took my interest anyway. An interesting headline in the Mirror as well, which if you just look at it on the face of it, you think, oh, that's interesting. After Frank Lampard, of course, was sacked by Chelsea on Monday, the 25th of January, this was in the Mirror. Pep Guardiola makes offer to Frank Lampard after he was sacked as Chelsea man. Oh, he's coming. So Lilo's going, is he? Lilo's on his way. You know, after it's interesting how Pep's been sticking up for him this week, isn't he? I've never been over impressed with Lilo, and when we weren't doing very well, I sort of put all the blame at his door. But there you go. So yeah, my thoughts. Perhaps Lilo's going. Frank's coming in as number 2. Perhaps we'll get Company back as number 3 or something like that. But this was what Pep said. People talk about projects and ideas, but they don't exist. You have to win or you'll be sacked. I respect the decision by Chelsea, and this is where it comes to the crunch, but hopefully I can see Frank soon. Take him to a restaurant, see him again when lockdown is over. There you go. So yeah, he's coming, what a great headline. It got me interested, so there you did the job, didn't it? And over to the Daily Fail, an interesting one. I've not really noticed this. And it mentioned Brazil, but I'm sure obviously Argentina perhaps will come into this. I'm not too sure. But Brazil are set to spark major club versus country row by calling up all of their Premier League stars for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers. Yeah, so Manchester City and Liverpool could lose their South American stars for matches in the title race. They are forced to travel to play in the international break in March. All of the continent's FIFA members are among 30 clubs the government have added to a red list, which requires travellers to quarantine in a hotel for 10 days. Crucially, there are no legal provisions to exempt elite sportsmen at this time. This all coincides with World Cup games in March that include Brazil hosting Argentina. So I was just saying, there's other teams involved as well. But I think we'll see how that one develops. I'm sure they'll sort something out. I mean, we can't have players going over to Brazil, then isolating and missing crucial games in the let's hope it's a title running. We might be nice and comfortable by then, but we might need the points as well. So anyway, we'll see how that one develops. An interesting one from Bloomberg. I didn't see this on the City site. It may have been hidden somewhere, but I didn't come across it. Bloomberg Newswire reported Man City's big winter signing. Yeah, we did sign someone in this January window. It's a former hedge fund brain. There we go. So is he any good on? Is he any good on the pitch? Yeah, I mean, and apparently they reported this winter's key City sign is not a new striker or a commanding defender. We don't really need a defender anymore, mate. It's a hedge fund veteran with a doctorate in astrophysics. Of course, we're going to space now. We're not just playing football. We're going into space. Laurie Shaw's resume. That's the guy with took on is straight from the highbrow science and finance. He studied such things as dark matter halos and galaxy clusters, didn't we all, at Cambridge and Yale universities before moving to data science at Harvard via London-based algorithmic investment firm Winton Capital Management and the UK Treasury. There you go. Then soccer came calling. While the manager of sport and data in the pursuit of marginal gains is hardly new, Shaw's move appears to be the latest escalation in the battle among top teams for an edge in the world's most lucrative competitions. The 39-year-old Manchester native, I wondered if he was a City or United fan. I mean, I put my money on a United fan, to be honest with you, but you know the way it is. But it's not actually said. The 39-year-old Manchester native will lead AI Insights, I think that is, or AL, or I think it's probably AI Insights at parent company City Football Group. He will focus on building machine-based models to better manage player fatigue, injury and illness. He will also work on player identification, recruitment and individual development. Oof, I bet he's on a few quid, this guy, isn't he? Pre- and post-match analysis and recruitment of coaches. More so than, this is a quote, more so than ever, the plan for a team off the pitch is arguably more critical to success than any other element, said Trevor Watkins, global head of sport at Pinsent Masons, a law firm that recently advised on US investment company ALK's capital acquisition of Premier League team Burnley. There you go. Shaw will work with the Manchester City Group's 11 clubs in 5 continents, stretching from New York to Melbourne. He joins an expanding team that already includes a performance physicist. Eh? More from him. Let's see how things progress. Eh? There's our new signing. I've got it. You've heard it here, guys. You know, don't mess about with any other channels. I got you our new signing for the January transfer window. And before we finish, yeah, Micah Richards obviously spoke on the BBC about the window. This is about a few days ago now, but obviously it's looking less and less likely, isn't it? What they did say was if we're on a ridiculously good run of form, this is Micah Richards, if they signed Diego Costa now, no thanks Micah, he would win them the Premier League, I'm sure of it. Costa is 32. I'm not suggesting he's a long-term solution for City up front, but the former Chelsea striker is a free agent after ending the Atletico contract in December, can sign for anyone for nothing. Well, we'll take that, won't we? Why not get him until the end of the season? He would do more than just ruffle a few feathers. He'd be a pain in the backside for opposition defences. Probably bite a few as well, or that's some other guy in it. He's a proven finisher who would offer Pep Guardiola's side a proper plan B. Yes, you could have to cover Costa's wages, but the massive difference he can make to City's season would make that worthwhile. If you want an example of the impact of Costa, the good point here by Micah, then look at what Edison Cavani has done for Manchester United. Cavani's 33 and very different to the likes of Marcus Rashford, Martial and Greenwood, but he brings them an extra dimension in attack that's already given them an edge at key moments in tight games. The way the Uruguay striker won a free kick for Fernandes to score United's win in Sunday's FA Cup win over Liverpool was a great example of that. Yeah. Good point by Mike. I mean, it doesn't look as though it's going to happen, but yeah, I think at the time I saw that, I thought, yeah, it's a very good point. I'm certainly not Mr. Costa though. I don't like the guy. I'll be honest with you. I can't stand the bloke. And there was sort of mutings of Edin Dzeko, wasn't there? But that's been knocked on the head. But it just looks like Pep and us will have to make do because we're going to keep playing the midfielders and the false nines and various other things, aren't we? Anyway. And on to Deloitte's Football Money League. There you go. I think we dropped a place. I'm sure we might be in 5th last season, but or 6th and someone else has dropped. I'm not too sure. But we're actually 6th in the Football Money League. Interesting. It caused a few ructions. Barcelona are top, but obviously someone said they were about $1 billion in debt, aren't they, or something like that. But hey, there you go. As far as Deloitte's Football Money League is concerned, Barcelona are on top with 627 million approximately. Real Madrid are 627, but slightly less. Number 3 is Bayern Munich, 556 million. Number 4, Manchester United, I think they dropped about 100 million, only 509 million. Liverpool leapfrogged us, probably because of the Champions League and then winning the league last season, which, let's face it, United and Liverpool, with their worldwide fantastic, wonderful support that they got, we're doing quite well to be close, aren't we? Liverpool have got 490 million, rounding up. City are on 482 million, so not far behind United and Liverpool. That's not bad for a small club, is it? Paris Saint-Germain are in 7th, Chelsea 8th, Tottenham 9th, Juventus 10, and I just moved to number 11 because Arsenal were down in 11th place, so I thought I'd put them in as well. But an interesting thing, an interesting top 10, 11, and as I say, most people were sort of just looking at Barcelona and the debt they're in, etc., and saying how ridiculous it is. Yeah, on the City site, the City UK website, the FA Cup 5th round tie to Swansea will take place on Wednesday, the February the 10th, at the Liberty Stadium at 5:30 p.m. kickoff, so that's all good. And the tie will be broadcast live on BT Sport. And moving on to the players, yeah, Ilkay, yeah, he's a good lad, isn't he, Ilkay? He's done lots of things. He's getting involved over Christmas with various care homes, etc. An interesting one, this. It's not the sort of thing you sort of think of, but obviously he's launched a charity to support local businesses, which is nice, in Manchester, that are struggling in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. The German midfielder is auctioning off a series of special prizes to raise money for cafes and restaurants which have been hit hard by lockdown restrictions. Fans can bid for the chance to win a virtual meeting with Gundogan and also a personal meet and greet for two, which will see City's number 8 spend half an hour with the lucky winners as soon as the coronavirus guidelines declare it safe to do so. He might have left us by then. It might be a few years down the line. Match-worn shirts from City's recent games against Chelsea, Palace, United and West Brom are also available in the auction, all of which have been signed by the 30-year-old, as are the boots he wore when he scored in the 1-1 draw against West Brom in December. According to a recent study, almost 6,000 pubs, cafes, restaurants have closed as a consequence of England's lockdown restrictions, which has prompted Gundogan to take action, and all proceeds from the auction will be donated to local businesses. Fantastic. He's sort of endearing himself even more and more, isn't he, to the City fans. He was a bit mixed. I think most City fans now are sort of warming to him, aren't they? Well, you know, thankfully, eventually. So there you go. Well done, Ilkay, for that anyway. And of course, from the matchday programme against Sheffield United, was there anything exciting in there? Well, the Citizens Junior was TG, if you pronounce that, Tijil Shonkeren. My apologies if I've totally got that wrong. From Belgium, 11 years old. His favourite player, yeah, it's well, no doubt about it, is it? KDB. No surprise there. He wants to be a manager. Don't we all? And his favourite moment was Company's screamer against Leicester. Was he Belgian? Yeah, I think he's Belgian as well. Come on, lad. I mean, what about the English guys? What about the Spanish players? Yeah, his favourite moment was Company's screamer, money playing, versus Leicester in the 2019 game, of course. I mean, who's most of our favourite moments, I think, from that season. So great stuff for little young Tijil Shonkeren. My apologies if I got that totally wrong. And Jed Keegan featured for his favourite team. An interesting team up on the screen there. Yeah, he had Corrigan, Zabaleta, Doyle, Company, Pardo, Oakes, Bell, KDB, Silva, Lee and Aguero. There you go. That's some team, isn't it? I mean, you come up with some great teams. And the subs was Edison, Buck, Yaya, Fernandinho, Young, Stewart and King Clancy. So thanks to Jed Keegan. I'll do a little special on him one day. He's another one of those guys that sort of people forget, but he was around for a while and did an okay job for us. Yeah, Mark Riley did his usual question and answer. And again, we come back to Mr. Kevin Parker, of course, the General Secretary of the Supporters Club. I think he's still that. Please forgive me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he did a question and answer. If that's of any interest to you, just go onto the City site and check out the Sheffield United digital programme. Mark Riley's question and answer thing, and some Kevin Cummins who we talk about, and obviously he did a recent thing with Cheltenham, didn't he, for a charity thing. He's got some more images and memories there, and his ABC group, if you remember the ABC, I remember a bit of them, I don't remember too much about them, but the ABC band or pop group or whatever they were at the time. Yeah, some images and memories of ABC in his column, so that's of any interest to you. Upcoming games, yeah, you've got the EDS Academy, the women, you've got Arsenal versus City, the women, Sunday the 7th of February on BT Sport, 2:30 p.m. So if you want to watch that, Arsenal versus City for the women. The EDS are in action Friday the 5th of February, Premier League 2, the 7 p.m, City against Everton, so we're playing at home against Everton. And on Saturday the 13th of February, the under-18s, the academy team, are playing United at United at 11 a.m. kickoff, if that's of any interest to you. And before we go, obviously, we'll finish off with an out and about on social media. Of course, we sadly said goodbye to Colin Bell this week on the day of the West Brom game, wasn't it? So there's some great images. And his son, Dr. John Bell, at Radiology_UK posted, "We'll always remember the joy and love you brought to our lives. Kind, caring, loving, loyal, respectful, dedicated, hard-working, humble. Lived for family and football. Manchester City. Thank you, Russell Watson, for an emotional send-off. Rest in peace, our hero. There's some images up on there of the day, and some great images that Dr. John Bell posted as well. Of the family pictures are fantastic. And after the West Brom game, he actually tweeted again, a tough day, but 2 goals from number 8 Ilkay Gundogan and an excellent performance are a fitting tribute. Absolutely. Rest in peace, Colin. Colin, Kevin Parker, anyway, he's very, very popular today. Kevin Parker at Kevin P184 has some interesting comparisons there on VVD and Diaz that he made, obviously, before the game yesterday against Sheffield United. I think that was after the West Brom game. And he sort of commented he's not sure why the media hasn't picked up on this. Well, I think we all know Kevin, don't we? I think you know, mate. And nothing wrong with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, but some good comparisons there on that image, isn't it? Just shows you. But he is a revelation for us, isn't he? He's as much as VVD was for that lot, Dick Van Dijk was for that lot over the, down the East Lancs. Diaz, a monster, absolutely immense. Long may it continue. And yeah, Board Edison, he crops up from now and again. I mean, I love these images. They're usually of him sort of up in the opponent's half the time, aren't they? But that was a good one of a great image of what a keeper he is. I mean, there's Board Edison at Edison Board just had an image of himself. I'm sure it is him. I'm sure it's a pseudonym, and I think it's obviously our Edison in disguise on that account, but perhaps not. But a great image there. Man City Extra at City_Extra, one of the few that perhaps posted Cancelo's touch map for the season. I thought it was very, very interesting. I had a sort of look at it. I analysed it. Sat down for at least 30 seconds to have a look at that. And I did actually have to comment, actually. I'm a bit disappointed. I was a bit disappointed that he didn't actually get into the 6-yard box enough for me. I was very disappointed. I think that's one way he should improve, actually. He should get into that 6-yard box. So, all right, tongue-in-cheek, but hey, there you go. Yeah, that was interesting, so I just thought that was an interesting thing, and I was a bit disappointed the fact he's not getting into that 6-yard box enough. So come on, pull your socks up, Cancelo, get on with it. And a mention for, I do this from time to time, little retail organisation. He's only a small business. He does have sort of, I'll whisper it, United things and other clubs. I mentioned for Bobby's Pyjamas, a small business whose official City PJs for just $9.99. I think that includes free delivery as well. So there's a couple of images up there, but just DM him for more information on that. I just say I don't mind helping out little small businesses. I mean, I've had a small business myself. I don't always get any little help, but there you go. I don't mind giving it to other people. And Man City Extra, City_Extra, they gave or mentioned again, from other sources have said it, that Jayden Brathwaite's set to complete a 6-month loan to Serie A side Udinese. So I think we'll know more about that today as I'm recording this, but that seems fairly sorted. It's a shame. I mean, I would like to see a bit more of Brath playing, but it's not going to happen with the squad we've got at the moment, is it? And finally to finish off, just a bit of, I'll try to lighten it. I mean, it's a bit light anyway, hasn't it? But a bit of humour as the last posting. MCFC Tarrant at _Tarrant posted one of his favourite memes. I think he did a great job with that meme. It did make me smile. It brought a smile to even me. So, I do smile a lot, don't I? Yeah, a very funny Ferner in charge of the VAR, of course, versus West Brom, obviously checking that goal and whether it was offside or onside, etc. But, well done, MCFC Tarrant. That's a fantastic meme. That's one of your favourites, and why not? It's now one of my favourites, and hopefully your favourites as well. So not a bad way to end episode 3 of the One City Show. Hope you enjoyed that. I do enjoy perhaps doing these more than perhaps some of the other vlogs. I do enjoy doing all my city vlogs, but I do get a bit of fun out of this one. It's nice to look around, trying to find something humorous as well as serious, and you get a nice little mix. And hopefully I've informed you of something that you weren't aware of, and I've spotted something that perhaps you've missed. And I've had a couple of guys comment that there's some of the stuff on here they've not seen. It's really nice to see it, because they don't get as much time on social media as they'd like to. So that's fantastic. Anyway, please check out all my playlists, including as I'm recording this, I've just put out a review on the Sheffield United game. Excuse me, and there will be a preview of the Burnley game coming up as well. So, but check all my City past and present lists, and as I said, if you can have a look at the movie and TV stuff as well, as anything on there, it might take you right again. It's like anything with the City stuff. You don't have to watch everything. It's just bits you dip in and out. It's fantastic. I'm always here, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're more interested in other things. We don't all like the same thing, do we? So just have a peek and see what, check those playlists and have a look around anyway, what you fancy. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, look after each other. Let me know in the comments what you think. Anything I've said is right and wrong, or any funny things you've seen. Yeah, if you've got anything that I can put in a future issue, just send it to me. That'd be fantastic. Please, until I see you again here on the Citizen channel, or perhaps you flit over to my film and TV channel. Whatever it is, all I ever ask of everybody out there is please stay safe, Blues. Thanks for watching. Come on, City. Bye for now.